just really proud of our effort in the circle tonight. I thought Peters pitched a gem. She pitched her way out of some situations that she put herself in, but she kept pounding the zone and spreading, and I just think she did a great job. Our defense played solid behind her, and I really liked how we attacked Peja early on in the game. I felt like that was a big, it was something that was really important, something that we had talked about that was important for us to be successful tonight.
Why stay with Peters in the 5th and 6th when there is trouble? Sometimes I know you tell us why. Both times, well, maybe she's going to take her up. Why stick with her?
That was a little coach intuition. I wanted to see her work through it a little bit. I think as we get going, I just realized today we have 3 series left, this being one of the 3. I got to kind of see, what that next step looks like, and she has the stuff. That piece, I know for a fact, it's that concentration and execution that I need her to step up on, and she's done a really good job in a save situation. So I wanted to see tonight if she could take into that latter half of that game of kind of like a save situation, and kind of like it's almost like another game, if that makes sense. Like she pitched the beginning, and now she's coming in, and we've done some of her pitching bullpens. We've trained for this, so I look smart tonight. We'll see what tomorrow.
How important was it to get off to that good start in the 1st and 2nd innings, putting 3 runs up?
Yeah.
Combined, how important was it to get off to that start?
I think it was huge, honestly. I think it was huge for us to do that and for Peters to put zeros up. I think we've run into problems when we put up some numbers and then it's like we give it right back to that other team. And we've talked about this, it's a game of momentum. And so when we have the momentum, it's so important for us to keep the momentum. When we score runs and then we just allow them to score, it kind of shifts that momentum back. So I thought Sid, like I said, just did a great job of keeping it on our side tonight.
Yeah, going back to Peters, she did have that little shake-up, I think 4th or 5th inning.
Yep.
What were your words to her when you went out and talked to her in the circle?
Yeah, I just told her to reset. I just, it's like a refocus, you know what you need to do. She felt like she was overthrowing a little bit. So, we talked through that. We talked through the batters a little bit. I just try to reset her brain of kind of the task at hand instead of she tends to spiral a little bit. So that was really my, talk to her like, okay, let's, get back to the task here. Yeah.
You mentioned Peja already. What makes her such a threat?
I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
No, you mentioned Peja.
Yes.
Already.
Yes.
What makes her such a threat, and then what did you guys see so well about her in that game to kind of get her out of it?
Yeah, well, she throws 65 down and in, and a curveball that's like a 2,200 RPM. Like we saw it when we had Brooke Vestal here. She commands it a little bit better than Brooke did, but remember we would see Brooke and it would just it would be coming at you and then just it almost looks like it's like a right turn. So I think that's what makes it hard. So you can't hunt both of them. That's the key. So you got to figure out, and some of our hitters change it at bat, and within the at bat, and so I thought that was very, very good. 2 players, I thought we had some really growth and high level conversations were Kelsey Mathis and Paisley Allen in the dugout. Those things always make a coach's heart very happy of just like, oh, that was good stuff. So, I think what makes her is that she has 65, 60, and a change. So it's like 3 speeds.
You mentioned Allen. She's been struggling.
Yep.
You pitch hit for her a lot of times with Maddie. Some people would get down, but obviously her defense has been there. Then she gets the big hits. What makes her, I guess, I'm asking.
The team will tell you that Paisley is like one of the most easygoing people you ever be around. Like she doesn't really get too high. She doesn't get too low. And I think that's served her well in this role. She knows, she just wants to help the team. She's happy to be out on the field. She's very happy for Maddie. She's probably the one giving her the biggest, support. And so I think, we've talked about this a little bit about this team, is they're really in it for each other. And I think Paisley is absolutely that, one of those players.
Sidne, kind of surprised maybe when you were in trouble there in the 4th or 5th inning that she didn't pull the trigger and bring somebody in. What about that? What about your talks with her? And what about the fact she let you stay in and finish?
Well, no, I wasn't surprised because I was kind of I was beating myself, with the walks and then the hit by pitch, and then, just things kind of were spiraling out of there. But I was able to, I feel like, hit my spots well tonight instead of just trying to just like overpower hitters through the zone, and it felt a lot better. So.
And how were you able to get through those? Those runners didn't bother you. Only one scored. What were you able to do? Like you said, did you refocus, rethink, or
Yeah.
just do what you did?
I just think overall tonight was more of a mindset. I've kind of like hated myself for just like the roller coaster of performances that I've had, and I knew that their staff was gonna be decent, and pitching on our side was gonna have to do a better job tonight. So really just honing back in mentally, just being where my feet are, focusing on the pitch at hand, and then when that pitch is thrown, the next pitch, and just really going to work and working sides of the plate.
What did you think was working for you on the mound tonight?
Just like my mental focus. I feel like when they did get runners on, I was able to bring it back down. There was never really like a panic in my mind, and just overall like trusting my defense. They had my back tonight too, and made some great plays behind me. So they make it really comfortable for me out there in those situations also.
Sidne, we kind of talked with Coach Ford about it was the tale of two sides of the game. So after that hit, what was your mentality going into the fifth inning, and how were you able to look at each batter and say, okay, this is what I need to do. I know my defense has my back. What kind of confidence did you have going into that second half of the game?
I think just remembering that I needed to get better every inning instead of kind of like, take some steps back. I'll always hit like those little moments in games where pitches won't be as sharp, or I'll start getting the ball a little more over the plate. So I really just locked in on focusing on the task at hand, keeping both sides of the plate, not trying to overpower hitters, just solely working sides of the plate, not throwing over the plate.
Mike, take us through your mindset. You're always good. Sometimes you go in there, it looks like you take a pitch just barely off, but first time up, man, you just jumped on that first pitch. So take us through your mindset. Were you thinking she was going to throw it to you, or just, man, what was your mindset that time?
I mean, she is a really great pitcher. She moves the ball pretty well and hits her spots pretty well. So kind of just learning from KP's at bat and Talon's at bats. I know they're going to throw me a little bit different as I throw them, but I wanted to see like where her spots were, and I knew I was going to hit off that backdoor curve that she throws. So that was the spot that I was looking at, and it happened to be the first pitch, and I was just going for it.
Oh, wow. So you went up looking for the back,
The exact
and she
pitch.
threw it. No wonder you killed it. The 400. So that rarely happens, doesn't it? If you go up first pitch, get the pitch you're looking for. I mean, in these days, since you're so feared.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it used to happen all the time. I used to just ambush. That's what our team likes to do. We like ambush. But I mean, lately it's just like they're either pitching me a little bit off, like out of the zone, and I'm getting myself out. So I feel like I've been doing a little bit better job every series, at least, just kind of getting better at hitting those pitches.
I thought 2 out, nobody on, they wouldn't pitch to you. I was kind of surprised personally.
Yeah, I mean, the umpire did help her. Those were balls that she called strikes. But, I mean, that's what happened. So I was just trying to find a pitch, even though I think it was a ball that I swing at, but I still hit it to the wall. So, I mean.
Oh, you mean the second time?
Oh, the second time.
Yeah, I mean, the first
Yeah.
time I thought they'd walk you the first
Oh.
time because you're so good seeing that, it doesn't matter that
Yeah,
much.
I have no idea if they are or not. I just go in there thinking that they're not every time.
To your point about SEC play, I know you've been intentionally walked in several series. How satisfying is it to finally have like a big home run, first at bat? Just talk about that satisfaction in like an SEC game.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before, so it's not like super special. I mean, my job is just to do the best I can for my pitchers and my teammates, and just go out there and just do the best that I can for my team.
Maya, what kind of different challenges did their reliever present to you guys kind of later in the game?
She was very much opposite as I think her name's Peja. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she's very different. High 60s, rise ball, in and out. I think we had a little bit of hard time just getting that timing piece. I'm sure when she comes back, either tomorrow or Sunday, we're going to be just fine. I have no worry in my head about her.
And they kind of held you like without any runs through the last 4 innings, last 3 innings. Sorry, kind of talk about like how big was it to get those runs in when you needed to, especially the way that the game ended.
Yeah, it's always huge to score, especially in the beginning of the game, because that's what builds momentum. I mean, I don't think we haven't scored we scored less than 7 runs in a pretty long time. I mean, we've been scoring at least 7 plus, but that's how the game goes. A good pitcher on the mound. We have a good pitcher, so it's going to be like a rubber match. I think we're just going to be just fine tomorrow and Sunday. Our hitting is never a problem. Our pitching's never a problem. We all believe in each other, so we're going to do really good tomorrow.
Sidne, I know last year you were hurt sometimes there. My question to you, against a quality opponent, the SEC, this is your best game you feel since when? I mean, how do you rate this game?
Honestly, probably my whole collegiate career. Like I can't remember the last time I've thrown a complete 7-inning game. It felt really good. I will say that tonight felt really, really good, and it felt even better to just do it for my teammates and help in any way that I could.